What's up, guys, and welcome to my mod overview of the Modular Powersuits mod plus add-ons. So this comes with 4 main pieces of armor, a fist, and a tinker table, and then several other items which you can see, which are right here. And all of these are pieces that you can integrate into your armor to give them upgrades. Plus this, it's called a lux capacitor, and as far as I know, it's just a really cool light source. So how about we grab one of those and I'll show you that at the end. So first you're going to need a power armor tinker table. And when you download the mod, you can check out the different recipes for these because it would take too long. So when you open it, it will show you all the pieces of armor you have. Unless you have multiple, then I believe it'll only show you one. But if you don't have anything in here, it'll say make some armor or the fist. So how about we start with the fist? So you can see this huge list of items. These are all things you can actually add onto your fist, which will do different things. So here are the tools like axe, pickaxe, shovel, grafter from forestry, tree tap from industrial craft, leaf blower for tall grass, so on and so forth. And there's all sorts of different things. There's specials, which are things like a diamond jewel upgrade, so that way you can mine obsidian, crafting grid, and things like aqua affinity, which reduces the speed of, This reduces the speed penalty for using your tool underwater. So tired right now. Melee assist. How about we install this? So when you want to install something, it will give you a list of items right above here. You can see here it requires 2 servo motors and a low voltage capacitor, but since I'm in creative, it automatically allows me to install. And you can see here there are 2 bars that you can increase, and they're both at the minimum. So punch energy consumption 10 joules, and melee damage 2 points, and the melee knockback 0 points, I'm assuming. So if you increase the impact, it will increase both the energy consumption and the melee damage. So you can see it does 10 points of damage now, but it requires 110 joules. And then the carry through, which is the knockback, it increases it by about 20 joules for the max, and that slime is really annoying, but it increases 1 point for 20 joules. And to utilize the energy, you're going to want to install batteries. So there's like the basic battery, advanced, the elite, and then a reader for industrial craft 2. So how about we can just install the elite battery? And then here you can see I see 2 tiers. And if you know anything about industrial craft 2, you should hopefully know some about that. And then you can see here's the maximum energy, so 750 kilojoules for the elite battery. And it weighs only 2 kilograms. And once you get to 25 kilograms, you'll start to slow down, which I'll show you later. And as you can see, as you increase the battery size, it increases the maximum energy to 5 megajoules, I'm assuming, and 10 kilograms weight. So you can see on the right, it says you have 750 kilojoules, and if we attack, it does 10 points of damage. So voila. And you can see it took a little bit of the energy on the right. So now, if we go back here, how about we go to the boots? So you can see this has armor, and all the pieces of armor, not including the fist, has the same armor and energy. But on a couple of them, they have a couple different energy, and they all have different movement and a couple other things. So there's the iron plating. It's basic and heavy, so 10, it weighs up to, let's see, 10 kilograms, and it does 5 armor. And if you salvage this, you get your stuff back, and you can even see in the bottom bar, not here, but in my inventory, that I would actually get that back, even though I'm in creative. Diamond plating, which is better, it's lighter and more protective. Energy shield, it's lighter than plating, but it requires energy. Heat sink, which allows you to absorb heat a lot more, which I'll show you a few things that you might want to use that for in the future. And apiarist for forestry, which allows bees to not damage you for something if they're like the ones that poison you or do bad things to you. And then here, you can see here's 2 movements. So jet boots, you can read that if you want. And then shock absorber, which I'm going to do. and then you can increase it, so you'll get 100% damage reduction for 10 jewel cost. So it's very small, but it completely eliminates fall damage. And if we go to our legs, this is where a lot of the movement upgrades come in, because it is very cool. So you can see here's all the armor, here's all the energy, plus a kinetic generator, and as you move you will generate energy, and you can see energy generated. You can increase this, but it increases the weight slightly from 1 to 4. And if you go to movement, there's a sprint, jump, swim boost, and uphill step assist. So the sprint assist allows you to run faster. So if I'm not compensation, I'm not exactly sure how each one of these plays in, except for power, because power increases speed, and walking assist, I'm assuming, helps you walk faster. So if you use that and you wear, I'm going to wear the boots and the leggings, you can see that you walk a lot faster. It kind of looks funny because you bounce a lot faster too, but it's what you would expect. And you can see that the heat on the right, for some reason, keeps spiking up. I'm not exactly sure why, but this is what it looks like when you're sprinting. It's insane. And when you jump, oh yeah, so as you use your armor and use your different upgrades and stuff such as that, your armor will overheat, and then that's where you use stuff like the heat sink, because you can see when you're just walking it's okay, but as you're sprinting you will occasionally start slowly gathering heat, which will pretty quickly cool down. Voila. And if you do this while jump, it will increase even further. Now if we go back to the legs and increase the jump assist and increase this, you can jump really high. So it's really fun going like this and jumping, because you could travel huge distances, but you could see that overheats extremely fast from doing that. So you have to be very careful of heat, and that's why you'd want to use things like the heat sinks or heat armor. How about we bring this back to day? Next is the swim boost, which allows you to go faster in water, and then the uphill step assist. So you could step up a single block without having to jump. So pretty self-explanatory. With the body, you can get normal armor, energy, plus a thermal generator, which is heat, will give you that. And then you could also get things like the parachute, the glider, and the jetpack. You could probably guess what those are. A magnet and active camouflage, which all of these pieces of armor, while this is activated, will disappear and you will go invisible. And then a cooling system, and then just other different things. Different environment add-ons, such as a water tank, which will allow you to store water, which you can use to cool yourself. And then the helmet, the normal armor, the normal energy with a solar generator, auto feeder, so you can automatically eat, water electrolyzer, so when you run out of air, this module will jolt the water around you, electrolyzing small bubbles to breathe from. Vision you can get binoculars, because of Optifine you can't zoom in because you can't use Optifine with this. And then night vision, so you can see at night. And then flight control, clock, compass, and arameter. Yeah. So those are all different upgrades you can get from just this mod. And I'm going to take off the boots or the legs, because that's really annoying, having that constant bumping. And now we are going to look at the weapons minus the melee. So you can see here there are the plasma cannon, railgun, blade launcher, and the lightning summoner. I'm just going to show you the plasma cannon because that's probably the most simplest. And then amperage, which will increase the damage, and then voltage, which will increase the explosiveness. So now what you have to do to shift, because if you have all the different weapons, you'll have to shift between them. So you press shift and use the scroll wheel, and you could see on the bottom right above the fist the thing which would be shifting around in a circle if you had more weapons. So now all you do is right click, hold, and bam! It does a lot of damage in the area, which is good for moments like that when you want to kill lots of little things if you can hit them correctly. And one more thing I'm going to show you, one more weapon. It's the railgun. It is crazy. So you can increase the voltage, which increases damage and stuff. And if you can see that now I could shift between the two. So if you press the right button, you'll fly back. It will give you some heat, but it will do, I believe, 30 damage to anything that it hits. But it does require, actually not a ton of energy, but it does give you quite a bit of heat, as you can see right now. It fills up that bar over halfway, and you can literally use this to launch yourself up in the air. But yeah, this is what happens. And then if you just press and hold, you can see how much the heat rises. So that's one thing you have to be very wary of. So that's also why you'd want to get the heat armor. And it's funny because if you take off the power fist, you won't be burning anymore. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Alright guys, one final thing. The Lux Capacitator that I promised at the beginning. This is what it is. It's just a really cool looking light source. Nothing special, but it just looks really cool. The one problem with it is, if you place it on the side of a wall, it floats. So if you have to, maybe put it somewhere like there. But it's just a really cool looking decoration light to like light up your base or whatever. And that is all. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see other mod spotlights, remember to leave what you want to see down in the comments section. See ya.